This is day 1703 of the Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. Today we're doing Choshen Mishpat, Siman Reis Samaches, Sif Yud Gimel, to Reis Samaches, Sif Hey. Gimel. Yeshim, some say the Shem Shechatzer Shel Adam Kodol Mitzia. It's like a person's Chatz requires from Mitzia. Kamochein Im Socher Echad Hebi Yiskarim Bezol Chatzer Shel Shimon. If a merchant brought cheap merchandise to the Chatzer of Shimon, and Shimon came and said that my Chatzer required for me. And then Reuben came and purchased afterwards. Shimon acquired it. The Chatzer Konaloch is the Chatzer acquired it for him. Yeshim, some say Zachar Reuben. Since it's a not, some say Reuben acquired it since it's not an absolute mitzvah. Most he's got acquired by paying money. It doesn't require for him. Also, the issue of that if an ani is trying to acquire a coal cake, somebody else should not come and try to precede him when he sees the ani making the effort. That doesn't apply by mitzvah, according to first opinion Simmesh Zayin, as far as doing near ikar. Let's see as far as seems to be primary. It's interesting that Reuben came after Shimon here. Okay, amen. So seems primary. Reuben gets it. Should indicate that Shimon should get it, not Reuben. I must have seen Reis Hamasi Fudal. Leaves it kind of dangling. You're done. Okay, continuing with the case. Obviously, he doesn't leave it dangling. If Reuben, after Reuben acquires the merchandise which came to Shimon's Chatzer, who said the Chatzer should acquire for me, and afterwards, and Chora came to Reuben's Chatzer, and he said it should acquire for me by Chatzer. Shimon acquires it. When Aaron said with Shimon, Reuben does not want to give this merchandise to Shimon. From it says Shechatzer Konalo, he says my Chatzer is Konet, but Chodem is Kiba Gankim Mikodim, and he received already the prior merchandise first. So Reuben is double dipping here, so to speak. Shimon says, no matter what you're looking at, I didn't need to get one of these things. Give me the first and the second one. Interesting time. If the opinion is like the first opinion, if the halach is like the first opinion, that I acquired it because when I met Chatzer, give me the first one. So the issue that you acquired that one, then I should give me the second one. Because I've been a more writes Sakadin, but he's showing that actually if the halach was not passed in the first case until the second case, before the second case occurred, so that then the Shimon Achas Minas Chutmas, not of Shach. He asked if Shimon one of the merchandise is piece of merchandise, no matter what, whatever you look at it. The first halach was the first case that he passed in. Pitayon based on it. Pascation the passed in the Yeshua. Have a Maisa Shnia. The second Maisa Gedarv answer was a separate episode. It's like Shnei Shvilin. That's being evidence. That's cool. We can say now when it comes to the second transaction, there we shut out like the first opinion. Some say some say yes, no matter what one of the merchandise I want. Because something who come dina, but my somebody shut. The primary question is whether we say that halacha is up gebaskin in the first ma'aser, but so the second one is an independent issue. I mean, I say how did they say that they reverberated back. So you have to join both cases together. No matter what you ask him, one of them. Okay, all this is the explanation of Shach and the Taz. Became the Zel Ikar Safek, since this is the primary Safek. You may have many places in the other day. Many places called the issues reopen. And obviously, you should have made Shabbos Kamdina. Even though there are many who say Kamdina, low. He really has to give back one of the two slurs. I don't see any reason to contradict Ramah about this. So have a Safek. I'm not sure what he means by that. I guess not like the Yeshomrim. It goes like the first time, not the Yeshomrim. It's a Safek, and therefore Shimon is muchsak on both. But regardless, only when Reuven and Shimon themselves said the Bali did. Ma'aser Yishana Shimon HaBaal Din, Vashem Levi Baal Din. There's the second Baal Din in the second Ma'aser. I feel that Shimon Ba Mikocho, even Shimon's coming as a result of Levi. Ein Shayachim Zelzeh, they're not connected to each other. After Loni Sakadim Rishon Adayin, even though Allah is not yet paskin in the first scenario. Very fascinating case. Shach. Okay, raise some test. Somebody who picks up a mitzvah on his friend's behalf, and if a deaf mute and a person who's has all his faculties picked up together. We hold that somebody picks up a mitzvah for his friend, the friend acquires it. If you see something for somebody who's owed money in a place where you're causing loss to third parties, that's not about acquisition. Most times, here causing loss to third parties. Any party, this goes for mitzvah, they can only acquire the mitzvah. Shiny hachir, it's different. The boy is since he couldn't acquire it for himself, he can also acquire it for others. Furthermore, the mitzvah anyway, mitzvah is not called causing loss to others. Just impeding their profit, but not causing them loss. She didn't go betzes there. Therefore, if Ruin picks up a lost object, he says, when he picks up any mitzvah, picking up this lost object, then he's supposed to Shimon to acquire Shimon. Shimon acquires it. Ruin cannot renege. Shimon did not direct him to acquire his behalf. Shimon acquires it. Even though Shimon is not present, you can acquire somebody's behalf even though they're not present. Some say, I feel my roommate Klum even roommate said nothing when he picked up. Is close to Shimon, but he concedes that his thought was to direct the acquisition for Shimon. Shimon, nevertheless Shimon acquires it. That's Shach. You can't say about such a case things in the heart are not significant. We only say when whatever his heart contradicts what he did or what he said. When somebody sold an object about my share believe tonight, he said, hey, well, I really had in mind doing it in such and such condition. Otherwise, whatever he had in his heart is considered to be valid. Just like by Chuma, where thought is valid. Therefore, he said he picked up for himself, but later on he concedes he picked up for his friend. Friend is not acquired. Then it's so to the vice versa. It says, look at the Rashba and the Ran. Rashba Dushan, Ran Psachim. Sorry, okay. Beish, Naim Shigbiu Metzia. The Rambam has to say about Chomet, Bitul Chomet, so Chomet Dvarim Shebelev, where we say Dvarim Shebelev are Dvarim. I guess he has a problem reconciling that Ran somehow with this halacha. Beish, Naim Shigbiu Metzia Kanal Shneim. Two people pick up a lost object, they both acquire it. Ben Shigbiu Chechon, where they pick it up simultaneously. Or if one picked up first initially one part, the one end of the object, the second guy can't pick up the second half of the ground. Because when the first guy picked it up, he only acquired what he held on to. The second guy picked up the other part of the object, and now the object is completely off the ground. I mean, we say, assume that each one is agreeable. Leo's gam shluchah to also be the agent of his friend. We can also to acquire for his purposes, for purposes of his friend. The chokim b'nei may divide into the two of them. So therefore, the second I picked up was somebody who lacked das, deaf mute, or somebody who was not sane, or a child. Lo kana ha-pikech, and the pikech doesn't acquire. Only what it's holding in his hand. Because these other people don't have a das to bestow ownership on other people. But Shani Akum, the coach name says the second guy was a guy, then they both acquire. After the ancient Akum, there's no agency for non-Jews. That's in shlichus to have to do with halachic rituals. When it comes to kinyanim, they do have shlichus. Okay, Gimel. So now, bar next him, and he's bar the Metzias something which a person lacks das found. There's no strictly speaking, there shouldn't be any halacha of theft. Took it away from them. Only because the pathways of peace. Chazal instituted that she acquired the lost objects they find. So two deaf mutes should be. They picked up and see together. They both acquired a commotion. They pick him like two people who are lucid. This is also included in Takora. Have a cheresh b'keresh shibir ke'echad, but if a deaf mute and a person who has full faculties picked it up together, and the person has full faculties not acquired through the cheresh picking it up, like we said. It's amigo, since b'keach we didn't acquire it, and cheresh kind of gamkin. Cheresh also doesn't acquire it. Lo kana rak shemaksha tovsim b'yadam. Now they acquire whatever they're holding in their hands. Vashar mishuchotav mem chazacha. Some of the rest of it, some of you grabs, some that grabs, he acquires it. Hatam mishum b'zil shad hakishol. Here, shad hakishol is not relevant. B'keach lo tiknu sheidei yiknei cheresh. By a person's full faculties didn't make a ton, they should acquire it through a cheresh. Came shecheresh or the b'keach in a koina. Since the cheresh sees that the b'keach didn't acquire it, leiser gamhu. He won't also be upset. Even though he if he doesn't acquire it, the actual libo they have to leave me a b'keach. Think it's hard. It's no better than the b'keach. Okay, it's a bit interesting. Dad, Mr. Kupsai Ches this bar. So Kupsai Ches being clear, the shir had bow social dwelling. The shir had to pick something up a street dwelling. Chain kocho kegufo dami. Also, if your power is involved, it's as if your body did it. Shugba mi kocho, if it got raised up on account of your power, your strength, having it might be the other side you picked up in your hand. Tafka shugba mi kocho amal. The Sicilian was picked up from his strength higher. Upwards. And the kocho yard the mata, but it was on a strength that went down. Is a klum is nothing. See Gemara, there's a case in Gemara the end of Chulin. Echad Rotzo Yikno Jonah Shavach. Somebody wanted to acquire birds of a dovecot. It's even though Shiakal Aken, and they told him he should hit the dovecot. Yifrachu had the nest. Yifrachu Yoni Lamala, and the birds will fly up. Ahavi Kilik Minutes to be picked them up. Avida Mat Ezim Mikocha, but that's not to go up, not to go down. Interesting. Called over Geshem Mim Tib O. Really, the Mata, any material object naturally goes down. Therefore, there's an object on a board, and he hit the board, and the object rose up on account of you hitting the board, 3 tvachim in the air, no, required it. But it didn't go up, and the fell down. Even if the board was 3 tvachim off the ground, so 3 tvachim from where it was. I'm not sure exactly. I guess because it went down 3 tvachim. It wasn't kind because it went down. That which required to go up on the board 3 tvachim, because it went down on the board. Enough words, but it went on the ground. If you look, only if it went just jumped up off the board a little bit. Came it's to the ground of 3 tvachim. Is lifted up on it by his strength. So now it was moved 3 tvachim in the place where it went up. Only if it didn't get lifted up from the board at all through his strength, but it fell directly from the board to the ground. Then there's no kinyan. That's a small. If the board is more than 3 tvachim on the ground, I feel even only got lifted up a bit, and then it fell back on the board. He also acquired it. Came at Shemina Oretz, since it found the house is more than 3 tvachim off the ground. Passing halachas. Hey, but that should be a little kind of that which it goes down in our kind of dafka shaloya tafus barosha sheni biyar. It's only if we're holding on to the second other end of it. Holding on to the second side, kind of gavna. Quite also in this scenario, came in definitely saw so gavah me'akakar shlosha tvachim. Since in this holding it, it's more than 3 tvachim off the ground. Ketzah, how's the word? House which happened is on a pillar. Was 3 tvachim on the ground. Ketzah carpet happened on the ground. One guy came and picked up the part which is on the ground. Then was and through his picking it up. Moving off a carpet, the second part of it got disconnected from the top of the pillar and fell on the ground. No, he acquired it. Since one end is still in his hand. And the second part got lifted up from his 3 tvachim on the ground. Tell my works. But the second half was no longer in his hand, while it was in the air, low kana. It's off the ground on account of his koyach, 3 tvachim. Came to the derech also, since it's going down, the way Machzipa Klein wasn't holding it all, holding on to all, when the average of the plea in the air, even one hand, one wasn't Loyam Mazipa Cloud, I guess, in the other half. When he was holding when the average in the air, the other half, even one half is in his hand. Below he tak Rosh Hashem Melamud. Second half did not come off the pillar. Low Kona. Even though if he would have grabbed it, moved it, it was mugve from his strength. It would be lifted up from on account of his strength. Cause the shalonitka befall. As long as he has removed it in practice, no shav kavba. It's not going to be like picking up. Ain't no corner rock much. The only requires whatever he's grabbing his head. I think to me a lot of the Chiddush of the Arukh HaShulchan say is that when he grabbed in his hand, at least he's koine. That it's not. You don't say okay, it doesn't take place, but whatever he grabbed in his hand still is koine. So the question vis-a-vis the other half. Okay, I think that's it for today. Last case is a bit confusing. I'm not sure I actually get it, to be honest with you, but somehow if you pick up half it and half is a pillar and that other half comes off, well, even though it does go more than 3 divided to the ground, since part of it did, and the other still have some achiz on the other half, it seems to be a valid kinyan. That seems to be talking about. That's it, like I said.